What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've gone through every colour from that EX-01 set other than purple. That seems like a pretty gosh darn good thing that we should be doing today. So, let's take a look at a whole bunch of new purple Digimon. As always, usual rules apply here. We are going to have to go a little bit more quickly because there are so many to talk about, and our translations and any translated proxies we use are coming from the lovely folks over at digimoncard.dev. Got it? Good. Let's start off with a rather lovely Tapiamon. Now, Tapiamon, we got a free cost to play normally, 0 cost to Digivolve, 2,000 power, which is incredibly standard for a level 3. And we got an inheritable skill on your turn, once during your turn. When one of your other Digimon is deleted, draw a card. Although do bear in mind this is an inheritable skill, so you got to have a level 4. And it's once per turn, but it's once per turn per Digimon Digivolved from Tapiamon. So if I've got 3 or 4 Digimon that have all evolved from different Tapiamon, it means that I can actually draw 3 or 4 cards when one of my Digimon is deleted. I love this. We've seen a lot of purple where it's draw a card and then trash a card, or draw 2 then trash 1, etc. That's been the kind of thing that purple decks have been doing right from the beginning. But we did see that there is that Tapiamon that on deletion you draw 1. That was from BT2. Well, there's a great combo here, because now that's deleted, you draw 1, and a Digimon that's evolved from the other Tapiamon, that draws 1 as well. So now all of a sudden we've got deletion, draw 2. But this new Tapiamon can basically hang around and keep doing it over and over again from any of your Digimon being deleted. I love this, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely love it. Do bear in mind, it is a your turn skill, so you must basically either delete them using one of your powers, or delete them by attacking one of your opponent's Digimon and losing or drawing, things of that nature. You can't just let yourself be deleted on your opponent's turn. That won't work. Well, not to draw a card anyway. But if you don't love Tapiamon, I don't know why you wouldn't, that skill's great and it's super cute. We could also take a little bit of a look at Demidevermont. Now, Demidevermont here, we got that same 3/0/2000 that we expect from most level 3s. But you've got retaliation, which means if you are deleted in a battle, you delete the Digimon you were battling, which is great. Just throw it at a much bigger Digimon and they go down with you. It's a great skill. Having it on a free cost to play level 3 or a free to Digivolve level 3, it's both of those in one, is genuinely great. It means it's going to be really fun in Rookie Rush decks. It's going to be really good as a low-cost option in purple decks. Having a level 3 with Retaliate is genuinely awesome. This is something we should be excited about. Also, on your turn, if you don't have a Digimon with Myotismon in its name in play, you can't attack. You can still be attacked and use retaliation that way, but I said the best way to do this is to throw yourself against your opponent's Digimon. And if you want to play this in a Rookie Rush deck, you've got to have at least a Myotismon out, which starts at level 5, which is not the same. Still a great low-cost option, but it looks so good in the early game. It looks so good in Rookie Rush, and that second skill kind of kills it. First skill, retaliation on a cheap level 3 is stunning. You understand why they had to put this second skill in to balance it out, but it doesn't have to ruin my excitement about the card. I still think it's really cool if you're going to be playing Myotismon, but it turns this from an, oh my goodness, that's redonkulous card, into a cool tech, which is not the same. Now, there is a new Wizardmon coming here. 5 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 3,000 power. Well, I'll be honest with you, 5 to play normally is on the higher end for a level 4, and 3,000 power is low. So what's going on? Well, it's got retaliation. And of course, retaliation means you don't need that much power. I mean, it would still be nice to be able to delete a few and survive, but it's far, far easier here because you've got retaliation. You don't mind going down so much, so the power becomes a lot less relevant, shall we say. Now, level 4 with retaliation, I am not as impressed as I was with the level 3. We've not seen just a level 3 that has retaliation, but level 4 we got Deva Mom that has retaliation as both a standard and an inheritable skill, so it's a lot less exciting, I think is probably the fair way to put it. Still a cool skill, but I don't love it above Deva Mom. However, we do have an inheritable skill. All of your Digimon with retaliation gain rush. Oh, yeah, that changes things, ladies and gentlemen. That changes things a lot. Because now that Devamon I just mentioned can attack the turn you play it. If you've got a Myotismon in play, that Demidevermont can attack the turn you play it. Remember, even though you can use this to give Demidevermont rush, you've still got to be able to attack, which you can't unless there's a Myotismon in play. But if you get it all rolling, this is going to be beautiful. I like retaliation, but we've got better options. However, I love this inheritable skill. Having a rush/retaliation deck seems super strong. Are you going to be able to make it consistently enough? Well, that one's up to you. But the fact of the matter is, we've got a bunch of Digimon with retaliation here. And we've now got a level 3 in Demidevermont, although, like I've said, there is that big downside. But all of them having rush? Count me in, ladies and gentlemen. This seems fun. Speaking of Devamon, we have a new Devamon here that doesn't have retaliation. Alright then. 5 costs to play normally, 2 costs to Digivolve, 6,000 power, so this is on the higher end power-wise. It's actually double the power of Wizardmon, despite being the same cost. And we have an inheritable skill. On deletion, you return 1 purple, level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash to your hand. Now, to be fair, we have seen a lot of purple Digimon that will allow you to play without paying. As in, play a Digimon without actually having to pay for it. But then again, they don't tend to be level 4s with inheritable skills. Just kind of doesn't tend to happen. Tends to be level 6s, honestly, here. So you know what? This seems kind of cool. I like this. Plus, of course, we've already got the, combos that can be made. So let's take Jokamon as an example. Jokamon on deletion, you may play a level 3 purple Digimon from your trash without paying its memory cost. Well, here, you do that, and then you get a level 4 or lower to your hand as well, and that's kind of cool. But having said that, we got stuff like Jokamon that will just play them. Now you're asking me to get excited about one that puts it to your hand. Now, obviously, putting it to your hand means you can have those good play skills, which is not for nothing. That is pretty cool. But I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. This is not one of my favorites. But if Devamon can't excite me, how about Lady Devamon? Now here we got 7 costs to play normally, 3 costs to Digivolve, 7,000 power, all extremely standard for a level 5. And when you Digivolve, you may trash 3 cards from the top of your deck. Now, this gives me flashbacks to when I first saw Impmon. And when I first saw Impmon, I wasn't impressed. And I stand by that, incidentally. When I first saw Impmon, I looked at it and I'm like, deletion, trash 3 cards from the top of your deck. You are gonna need to have a lot of ways to play from the trash in order to make that a good skill. Well, I showed you Jokamon a moment ago, and that's one of approximately 1 billion examples. We play from the trash in purple. Purple loves playing from the trash. A lot of the time, there are some of these purple decks where you really want to build up your trash as fast as you can. And in any deck where you want to build up your trash as fast as you can, having a Digivolution skill that lets you trash 3 cards on the top of your deck, yes, this is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely awesome. But we've also got an inheritable skill. Once per turn, when you play a Digimon from your trash, you gain a memory. Now again, I am not going to go through all of the different ways to do this. I've showed you Joker as a deletion skill. We can look at things like Piedmon, that when you play it, you get to play 2 level 4 or less purple Digimon from your trash without paying. Or Metal Garurumon, that when attacking, you play a level 3 purple from your trash without paying. Those are 2 examples. There are plenty. And these are good. And people use these, and it's a viable way to go and play purple. And now you're essentially telling me that every time I do, I'm getting a memory as well? This is good. Although do remember, things like Piedmon will not gain you 2 memory. It's not gain 1 memory per Digimon played. It is, if you play any amount of Digimon, you get to gain 1 memory. If you're playing these decks that play from the trash, Lady Devamon just became amazing. Because what you're telling me is, I get to trash 3 cards on the top of my deck, super useful, and then gain memory when I play from the trash. Yeah. In those kind of decks, Lady Devamon is just brilliant. Now, there is a new Myotismon coming here, which I'm kind of getting shades that I've looked at it before, but I cannot for the life of me find a video where I looked at it, so, I don't know, let's just roll. And what we've got here is an 8 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 7,000 power, slightly more expensive than usual to play. On your turn, when you Digivolve into a Digimon with Myotismon in its name, you're basically talking Malamyotismon or Venomyotismon, you reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 1. So you're going to be able to Digivolve that little bit more cheaply, that little bit more easily. We've seen this skill on a bunch of Digimon, but it's still kind of cool when it comes around. It's not a reason to play the card, but it's a handy bonus if you do. But we have an inheritable skill here. On your turn, if this Digimon has Myotismon in its name, all of your Digimon with Retaliation can attack unsuspended level 4 or lower Digimon. This is cool. Remember, the general rule is that you're only allowed to attack Digimon that are suspended. So you play a Digimon, and then you can't attack with it. It's not going to end up being suspended. And then the next turn you can attack, and then you can get deleted. It gives you that layer of protection. Well, here, ladies and gentlemen, you get to just sort it out nice and quickly. I love it, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely love it. Because again, let's not forget, we've already seen that Wizardmon gives your Digimon with Retaliation Rush. Then you go and Digivolve that into Myotismon, and not only have they got Rush, but they can also attack level 4 or lower unsuspended Digimon. And Retaliation itself is pretty gosh darn good. And there is a Retaliation deck to be made here. And frankly, it is starting to sound pretty gosh darned exciting. Now there is a new Skull Greymon coming. 8 cost to play normally, slightly high. 8,000 power is slightly high. 3 cost to Digivolve is standard. And you can Digivolve from purple or red. So you've got some nice options here in terms of crossing the stream, so to speak. You got security attack +1. Okay. That's cool. Extra security attack. Yay. Bit weird if I'm honest with you. I kind of like this in terms of just being able to give yourself a little bit of purple or give yourself some surprise cards. You know, you play a red deck, but you play a few Skull Greymon and a couple random level 6 purple, and you can just fit them in quite nicely. There are some deck building options to be made here. Security attack +1 is obviously far more of a red thing than a purple thing, but that's kind of cool. Oh yeah! And you also have to delete this at the end of the attack. So the good news is security attack +1. Bad news is you get deleted at the end of the attack. In terms of attacking a stack, you should be alright if you attack a level... Well, if you hit a level 3, 4, or 5 in the stack. But if you hit a level 6 or 7, you will be going down. So you'll sort of survive a bunch. You'll often get that security attack, both of them off. But you get deleted at the end of the turn, or the end of the attack. And that doesn't sound like fun, but when you get deleted, you may play an Agamon from your trash, suspended, without paying its memory cost. While we're here, let's just get this out the way first of all. It says Agamon. It does not say Digimon whose name contains Agamon. No, you cannot use this to play an Agamon Bond of Bravery for free. Yes, clearly that would be amazing and make it far, far better, by which I mean actually broken. But no, that doesn't work, ladies and gentlemen. There was no way that was going to work. But it doesn't say you don't get to activate any play skills. So the promo Agamon that deletes one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 power or less, that'll activate here, ladies and gentlemen. That'll work very nicely indeed. Or the Agamon from BT1 that lets you look at the top 5 cards of your deck and find a Tamer card. When you cannot use play skills, the card says you cannot use play skills. If, like here, the card doesn't say you can't use play skills, then you can use play skills. And we've got some Digimon that have got nice little play skills here. So you Digivolve up from a red, and you don't even necessarily need that random purple level 6. Although, let's be clear, that is absolutely an option you should be considering, because that's just cool for teching. But here, you've got just a red deck, and it's a pure red deck. But at some point, you did job into Skull Greymon, get security attack +1, get deleted, play an Agamon for free and take advantage of that play skill. I like this, ladies and gentlemen. I really, really like this. I love it as just some weird, dumb, random tech to play an Agamon in a red deck. And I also like it because once you're playing Skull Greymon, you can just slide in a few random purple level 6s just for fun and take advantage. This is a super weird card, but I like it. And finally, there is a new Piedmon coming. Now, Piedmon is a 12 cost to play normally, which is slightly more than normal. 3 cost to Digivolve, 11,000 power, all standard. And when you play, you delete 4 of your opponent's unsuspended level 4 or less Digimon. 4! That's nuts, ladies and gentlemen. Incidentally, right, I know a lot of the other colours, we've been kind of happy about, but when you take this Tapiamon with its drawing, the Wizardmon and Myotismon giving you rush and being able to attack unsuspended Digimon with retaliation, that Skull Greymon, which is great in red decks, and then this, purple has got some good tricks in EX-01. Now, this is weirdly parallel to the other Piedmon. The other Piedmon was, again, a 12 cost to play normally. That one, when you played it, you played 2 level 4 or lower purple Digimon. Here, when you play, you delete 4 unsuspended level 4 or less Digimon. Now, this is kind of weird, of course, because it means that if your opponent's Digimon are all suspended, you can't do anything. Like, if your opponent has attacked and left them all suspended, you don't get to delete them. But at the right time, this is going to be, if not a board wipe, not a million miles away from a board wipe, and this is extremely cool, ladies and gentlemen. This is another one we really want to look out for. Oh yeah, and on your turn, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, you draw a card. So, and again, this is if a Digimon is deleted, not get one for each deleted Digimon. That is extremely important. But my point here is that not only do you play this and then potentially get a little mini board wipe going, but you also get to potentially be drawing cards as we go. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. It is a draw engine / mini board wipe all in one card. Piedmon is one that has been kind of popular and kind of interesting up until now, and I don't think anything has changed. In fact, I think it all just got a whole bunch more interesting. But I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.